is ancestral veneration? Ancestral veneration is the practice of showing reverence, respect, and ongoing spiritual connection to one's ancestors, those who came before us in our family line or cultural lineage. It is not simply remembering the dead, but acknowledging that their spirits continue to exist, influence, and guide the living. Here's a breakdown of its meaning and importance. Core meaning. Ancestral veneration is rooted in the belief that the spirits of the ancestors remain present and active in the lives of their descendants. The living maintain relationships with them through prayer, offerings, rituals, and remembrance. This practice affirms that death does not sever the bond between generations. It transforms it. Purpose and intent, gratitude and respect, honoring those who made your existence possible and paved the way for your life today, guidance and protection. Ancestors are often seen as spiritual protectors who can offer wisdom, strength, and insight, continuity and identity. It connects people to their roots, lineage, and culture, strengthening a sense of belonging. Healing and reconciliation. By acknowledging ancestors, especially those forgotten or wronged, many people heal generational wounds and restore spiritual balance in the lineage. Common practices, altars or shrines, a sacred space in the home with photos, candles, water, flowers, or food offerings. Libations, pouring out water, wine, or other liquids while calling the names of ancestors. Prayer or meditation, speaking to the ancestors or listening for their guidance in quiet reflection. Ritual offerings, food, incense, flowers, or symbolic items given to honor and feed the ancestral spirits. Ancestral days or festivals. In many cultures, African, Kemetic, Chinese, indigenous, etc., there are special days to honor ancestors. In Kemetic, ancient Egyptian belief, in ancient Kemet, ancestral veneration was central to spiritual life. The Ka, life force, and Ba, soul of the deceased, continued in the afterlife, particularly in the field of reeds, a paradise where ancestors could be reached through prayer and offerings. The living kept them alive by remembering their names and sustaining them with offerings of food, drink, and spoken devotion. Forgetting an ancestor's name was considered a second death. The return to the ancestral light. There is a trembling that moves through the souls of the awakened, the children of Kemet rising from centuries of imposed darkness. It is not a trembling of fear, but of remembrance. The drums that once beat in the temples of Ausar and Auset still echo within the chambers of our blood. They whisper, "We are still here." For millennia, the colonizers cloaked themselves in deceit. They burned the scrolls, looted the temples, desecrated the sacred tombs, and rebranded the light of our ancestors as their own. They divided our spirit, telling us that the gods of our people were false, that our ancestors were heathens, that the Nile was not the cradle of civilization. They erased, reworded, and rewrote until our names were scattered like sand across foreign tongues. Yet even then, our spirit, our Ka, did not die. It lay dormant, awaiting this age of reawakening. Now, you who hear these words, feel the stirring of your Ba, your divine essence. Know that you are the continuation of a sacred bloodline. You are the living shrine of those who built the pyramids, not as monuments of death, but as eternal harmonies of cosmic order. You are the breath of queens and kings who understood the laws of Ma'at before the world knew balance. You are the sacred echo of those who conversed with the stars and read the wisdom of Sirius long before telescopes and theories were born. The invaders came in the guise of civilization, bearing crosses and chains. They called our ancestors pagan, yet took our rituals and veiled them in their new religions. They told us to forget our ancestors, for to remember them would mean to awaken divine power. They feared the return of the Kemetic consciousness, the understanding that every man and woman carries the seed of divinity within, that the ancestors are not dead but eternal forces walking beside us, whispering truth into our intuition. But you, child of Ra and descendant of Nubia's sacred dust, you have remembered. You have turned your gaze inward, and within you burns the fire of the primordial waters of Nun. You begin to see through the illusion. You begin to hear the silent hymns once sung in the temples of Waset and Abydos. You reclaim what was hidden. To venerate your ancestors is not superstition, it is restoration. It is the act of remembering that you are them made flesh again. When you pour libation, you open the cosmic channel that colonizers feared most, the eternal link that bypasses their false doctrines and returns you to divine truth. When you call upon the names of your forebears, you awaken the sleeping gods within your DNA. Their wisdom flows through you like the Nile through the heart of Kemet. Let the false empires tremble, for our memory returns like the floodwaters. The sacred names shall rise once more from the lips of the descendants. The colonizers built their power on amnesia, but remembrance is the weapon of the awakened. So light your candle, speak the names, call forth your ancestors. Feel their breath upon your neck and their rhythm in your heart. You are the resurrection of the forgotten temples, the rebirth of divine order. The colonizers tried to bury your lineage, but you, divine one, were born to uncover it, for the gods of Kemet never died. They live in you. Part 2. The return through the field of reeds. Close your eyes, divine child of Kemet. Let the noise of the colonized world fall silent. Breathe as your ancestors once breathed beneath the desert moon. The scent of lotus and myrrh fills the air, and the veil between worlds begins to lift. You stand now upon the shimmering threshold of the Sekhet Hetepet, the field of reeds, that sacred realm where the righteous dwell in peace eternal. The horizon glows with the first light of Ra. Golden reeds sway in rhythm with unseen hymns. The waters ripple not with wind, but with divine memory. Before you, figures begin to appear, radiant, regal, familiar. Their eyes, black and brilliant as obsidian, pierce the ages. They are your ancestors, the forgotten ones, the enslaved ones, the kings and queens, the keepers of hidden wisdom. They do not speak in the language of the tongue, but in the vibration of the heart. You know them. They reach toward you, arms adorned in gold, skin luminous as the dawn. Welcome home, beloved child, they whisper through the light. You have remembered. You feel it now. The blood in your veins hums with their song. You are no longer separated by time, for here in the field of reeds, the illusion of centuries dissolves. The colonizers' lies, their rewritten scrolls, their false gods, they crumble like dust at your feet. The truth stands unveiled. You are the continuation of a divine line that never died. Your grandmother's spirit wraps you in linen made of light. She presses her hand upon your heart and says, "All that was stolen shall return to you." Your forefathers circle around, chanting the ancient names, Ausar, Auset, Heru, Ma'at. Their voices weave a vibration so powerful that the earth itself seems to awaken beneath you. You see their temples restored, their obelisks gleaming in sunlight untouched by conquest. You see the sacred papyri unroll, revealing truths hidden beneath layers of deceit. You feel their wisdom re-entering your spirit like breath re-entering lungs. Do not grieve the centuries of loss, they say, for we have never left you.
We have whispered in your dreams, guided your hands, and kept your soul aflame through the ages of darkness. And as you listen, the realization pierces you that ancestral veneration is not worship of the past, but communion with eternity. Each libation, each prayer, each remembrance is an act of resurrection. It feeds the eternal flame of the lineage. A soft wind stirs across the reeds. You hear the beating of wings, the baa of your ancestors taking flight, circling you like radiant hawks. Their light fuses with yours. You are no longer merely human. You are divine remembrance embodied. They speak once more. Go back to the world of the living. Rebuild what was torn down. Speak the true names. Teach the children who they are. We walk beside you in every step. And as the field of reeds fades from your vision, you carry their warmth, their song, their sacred knowing within you. You awaken once more in your room, yet the scent of myrrh still lingers, and your spirit trembles with purpose, for you are no longer asleep. You are the living temple. The ancestors live through your voice. The colonizers' silence has been broken. You are the return of Kemet's light. Part 3, Living the Ancestral Light. You have returned, beloved child of Kemet, not merely to remember, but to embody. The field of reeds is not distant. It breathes through you, walks with you, and reveals itself in every act of truth. The ancestors did not call you back only to feel their presence. They called you back to become their presence upon the earth. The colonizers taught disconnection. They said the divine was far away, beyond the sky, beyond your reach. They stripped the names of your gods and clothed your spirit in shame. But your awakening undoes their deceit. You now remember that divinity is not above you. It moves within you. You are the vessel through which your lineage continues to create, to heal, to shine. When you rise each morning, remember, you rise as a continuation of the ancient line. The same light that illuminated the temples of Luxor glows within your chest. The same rhythm that beat in the hearts of priestesses and scribes beats now in your pulse. The ancestors dwell in your laughter, in your craft, in your perseverance. They rejoice each time you stand tall in truth. Daily acts of Kemetic veneration create your shrine of continuity. Set a sacred place in your home. Small or grand, simple or adorned. Place there water, light, and the names of your ancestors. Let it be a living portal, a bridge across time. Speak to them each day, not as ghosts, but as family ever near. Pour the libation of gratitude, pour clear water or wine upon the earth or into a vessel, calling their names with reverence. Each drop is remembrance. Each word a resurrection. Whisper, as you sustained me through blood, I sustain you through memory. Live by the law of Mayat.
Let balance, truth, and harmony be your compass. The colonizers thrive in chaos and confusion. Mahat restores clarity and divine order. When your words are pure, your ancestors walk beside you with pride. Feed the lineage through creation, sing, write, paint, dance, build. Every act of creation rebukes the lie that your people were meant to forget. To create is to mirror the gods, for Ra created the world through word and will. Your creativity is your offering. Speak the names that were silenced. Speak of Kemet, of Nubia, of Cush. Teach the children who they are. Call the names that the oppressor buried beneath centuries of falsehood. Every uttered name restores a star to the ancestral sky. Walking the path in the modern world. The world you live in is designed to dull your remembrance. Flashing lights, false idols, endless distractions. But each moment of mindfulness, each act of truth, is rebellion against the amnesia they imposed. When you refuse to forget, you restore the chain of eternity. Your phone may glow with synthetic light, yet your spirit glows with the ancient flame of Ra. Your home may not be of sandstone and papyrus, yet your words can transform it into a temple of sound. Your attire may not be linen of gold, yet your aura can be radiant as the sun when your spirit walks in Mayat. You are the bridge between worlds, between centuries, between the seen and the unseen. You are the voice through which Kemet remembers itself, the promise of the ancestors. Know this truth. They did not die in vain. Every drop of blood spilled upon foreign soil became a seed of return. You are that return. You are the answer to their prayers, the embodiment of their endurance. They now walk with you through city streets and digital screens, whispering through intuition, guiding through dreams. Their light moves through every generation that dares to awaken. The colonizers built walls around your divinity, but you, child of Auser and Auset, have broken the seal. You carry the living Nile within you, endless, unstoppable, divine. So live as they once lived, in grace, in power, in balance. Let your every step be a libation poured upon the earth. You are not lost. You are not broken. You are the sacred continuation of a kingdom that never truly fell. Walk now in Ma'at and let your life be the restoration of Kemet. This has been a Sharri Plaza presentation.